Margaret Jenkins, outside the House Hotel in Galway, chair of the Latin Quarter. Paris has a Latin Quarter, Galway has two apparently.
We certainly do, yes. It's obviously my favourite part of Galway. It's where all the locals hang out, and it's where all the owner-occupied retailers, restaurants and bars are. As you saw from our experience last night, you're hosted by the people who run the businesses.
And then it'll come with all our sides and our risotto of the evening as well, which is beetroot walnut. We're famous for, I suppose, is our steak. Yeah, so it took us six months to find the right steak. And we got it in Munster. Most of it comes from Corry. And Barry has the thigh mussels here. We're actually going to put these in the centre of the table. So these are Clarnbridge mussels, and they come in our own Thai green curry sauce.
We're really proud of our area. It's Galway's cultural hub, and we're really proud of it.
Where does it start? Where does it end?
It starts down here by the Spanish Arch. It goes all the way down around by the river, up by St Nicholas's Church, around by the King's Head, and right around, it loops around by the House Hotel.
Great selection of hotels like your own, restaurants and boutique shops. Is that how it works?
Absolutely, yeah. And the businesses work together. We make sure we mind the area, and we promote the area together. We work hard to make sure that there's always something happening for customers.
I think in Galway there's a huge buy-in, to a collective buy-in from businesses and the arts community and the locals. And I think it's so important that you have the locals on board whenever you're engaging on a piece of branding like that. You know, essentially that's what it is branding. But Galway's Latin Quarter is filled with family-run businesses. You know, these aren't conglomerates. You know, these are people who've come together to do something good for themselves and for the town itself. I think the Latin Quarter experiment has worked very well in Galway as regards pulling people together. When it comes to organising, say, an event, boom, like that, everyone in Galway knows what's expected of them, and people just leap on board. You know, it's a very proactive business and arts community here. The Latin Quarter effectively ends at Taaffe's pub, which is the beginning of Shop Street.
The area, you know, I don't know where or who called it the Latin Quarter, but it is that it's all the different, there's 16 or 17 pubs here, and they are the ones, like, every one of us, we get on well together. They're all different types of pubs, and they're type of, like, there's from traditional music, you have jazz, you've got country and western, you have modern music, and you have also discotheques, you know, so it's a big combination of they meet pretty regular, and they have ideas. If you have ideas, or if you see something happening in the street that you don't like, you bring it up at the meeting, and they'll bring it forward. You know, and it's good for it's really good for the area. You know?
The main visitor thoroughfare of the town, the medieval centre of the town, is what it covers. It's Galway. You know, you're talking about, it's like the cross section of the world, really. You know, Galway itself, and this part of Galway it's a youthful, vibrant, and traditional part of the world. So you will have everyone. You have a huge amount of very proactive artists. You have students, of course. I mentioned you have tourists. Irish people enjoy Galway. Enjoy people from Connemara, you know, of our own tradition, are here. You have local fishermen. Like it really is. In a nutshell, it's Galway culture in one small area.
The theatre was on the next floor, which I'll bring you up now shortly, you can see it. And the ladies were asked not to wear their hoops because it was so small. You know, one of his nicknames was Trigger Martin, because he had in his lifetime over, was it 300 jewels?
Yeah, this guy was...
And he always won. He didn't necessarily kill everybody, but he never lost a jewel.
Galway is a city that seeks bilingual status. When I was a kid in Galway, you hear Irish speakers that whisper for fear of being heard. Now they bark and shout. You know, the confidence and the normalisation of the language, and with the language comes culture, and not before.
Your ambition is that they won't leave Galway without having been to the Latin Quarter and spent at least one amazing night there.
Yes, absolutely. The Latin Quarter is what's unique about Galway. It's where all the independently run shops are, and you're going to find something different in the Latin Quarter. It's not the big brands, it's not the high street shops, it's the little boutiques, owner run. You're going to find little treasures, fabulous little restaurants, you know, with great hosts and really quirky bars.
Thank you very much, Margaret Jenkins of the House Hotel in Galway.